Hello, everybody. Davey the Computer Guy here today, and it is time for another podcast about 6 months after the previous one. Remember that whole
Today,
remember that whole thing, Jacob?
today he is joined by the amazing Jacob Kolbe, who is French now.
I was going to say, do you remember that time when we said we were going to be doing this like once a month or something like that?
Maybe just a little.
Whatever happened to that?
Well, you see, there's this thing called life, and it got in my way, and his way.
And my way, yeah.
I just said that, Davey.
But somehow life managed to get us in the same room, and we still didn't do one of these.
That's so funny about it. We had a whole month, and we never did anything. It's kind of crazy. Let's not talk about that. Never happened. What? Davey never came over to America. It's been a year and a half since I've seen him, right? Back me up, Davey.
Sure.
We're lying to your subscribers. I'm sorry. Hi, subscribers. We were being good. All right, let's get back on track. Topic.
Okay, so today we have some interesting topics for you. A bit of a story that's not at all recent tech news, but tech news nonetheless that we need to talk about. We have some gaming-related stuff to talk about a little later, involving some games that have released and some games that are going to release. And we have a NVIDIA graphics card launch to talk about. So, bunch of cool stuff. And I think it's going to be interesting. So, without further ado, I guess we'll start with our first topic, which is...
Oh. Can I point out something quick? If we talk over each other like I kind of just did, it's because there's a delay lag, so it's not because we're really bad friends and we try and talk over each other. Just saying.
Yes, that.
That. Okay, continue.
Our first topic is, dang it, I lost my train of thought now.
The RTX hacking.
Yes, that. All right.
Because someone recommended it.
Well, they didn't recommend it. I recommend that you get hacked.
They recommended us talking about it. Okay, I'm working on it.
Jacob's subscribers just comment on this video. I recommend you guys get hacked.
That is such a good idea. I totally should. I don't know what. That's probably why my channel didn't grow. I didn't get my channel hacked.
Anyway, so
wow, we're so bad today.
A little over a year ago by this point, Randomthings show, the skit channel that we do sometimes. It used to be a little more
when we feel
frequently,
like it.
but it's now a when we feel like it thing. But basically, it got hacked. In pretty much the worst way possible.
Yeah, that was a fun story because that was Tom. What was that? Maybe you should say it because you're better at this.
Okay, so basically, Tom got a pop-up on his computer with one of those, your computer is infected, you should call this number. I can hear all the warning bells going off now. Yeah.
Apparently, he was deaf that day and blind because he didn't see the spinny red thing.
All my viewers know where this is going. Basically, he called the number. And if the Indian tech support guy didn't tick him off enough, he went about the process of installing Citrix on his computer, which is a remote access program, basically telling some random guy in India to have at his computer. And that's what he did.
This is me slow clapping, just saying.
Totally
no
not
offense.
Trying to destroy my audio.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So that didn't go well. It wasn't until like what, a month or so later till we ended up doing something though?
Yeah. I don't know. It was really weird. I mean, I was helping Tom that day. That was actually before I moved that happened. It was like a day or two before I moved that Tom got hacked. We worked that out. That was all sorted out. And then it was probably 2 months later. And I go in, I think I was going to upload something maybe into RTS and find there's videos missing and disappearing in front of my eyes. So,
You caught him right in the act too. That was like, it wasn't like this was an after the fact thing. It's like, no, he saw him while he was doing it, basically. So,
which is
get that in
good,
perspective.
because if I hadn't had
Yeah.
found him, we probably would have woken up to an empty channel.
Yeah.
And guess how many of those videos we actually had backed up? About 2 of them.
Yeah. Tip for people who have that kind of a channel, do that. If you're like me, most of my channels have like probably 50,000 videos on them at some point, so it's gonna be completely worthless to have all that. But if you have a skit channel or something you don't upload regularly, just back up your videos if you can.
Yeah, especially when you do a skit channel, because like we've done a couple like montages type recap things at the end of the year, and if I didn't have those videos, I wouldn't have been able to do those. So it's nice to have them around.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Basically, there were videos missing. I contacted the 3 of them, Jacob, Tom, and Max, as fast as I could, and you guys got back pretty quickly.
Oh, we did, but that's because I was like, oh no, was that during summer? Because if it was during the summer, then that would definitely, yeah, it had to be.
Yeah, it was. It was probably.
Just say.
It's probably July or August.
Yeah. That's right. So we all got on. We were kind of just the peanut gallery there while Davey was off doing things. We gave him ideas.
You guys were downloading videos, though, which was important.
That's true. As soon as we saw that, we started just downloading all these videos. So some of the videos actually are apparently worse quality now because the YouTube download, the way that compresses, it looks worse now. So
oh well.
It's not really good.
At least we had them.
At least we had them. Yeah, that's true.
Minus one poor video.
The poor video. It was a video me and Max had made. It was like a Sherlock skit, and we didn't download that one apparently, and it was gone. Didn't notice that till a couple days later, I think, or at least a little bit later. I don't remember.
I think something like that. Yeah, but that was sad. So now the only things you get to see of Sherlock is if you go back and watch the second blooper reel, because it's in there. At least
that's
parts
true.
of it.
I do kind of remember that. It's like, oh, well, that's what it looked like. It was very bad video quality, but it was still pretty funny to watch as it was simply me. It had a fun twist ending. Not that you all know it. I'm a secret ninja.
Yeah, basically take sidekick confusion if you remember that and make it a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, it was a step in the right direction. It wasn't perfect, though. Yeah. Which, fun fact, I was actually planning to do another one, and I got pretty far through it until I got to the point where it's like, okay, I can't work on this anymore. It's wasting too much of my time. So I ended up, I don't even think I have it anymore. Just a fun fact. It was about dinosaurs. Actually, it was about Jurassic Park. So.
We're getting off topic, though, so let's get back.
We are getting off topic. The good old days.
So we were there downloading videos. He was continuing to get into our channel no matter what I did, as far as like changing the password and all that. And then I ran a program that I had made to see who's like active in our channel. And basically he was not one person. Well, I mean, he was one person, but it was a DDoS. And if you don't know what a DDoS attack is, basically it means he hacks into a bunch of other computers and then uses all those hacked computers to attack one website or person. And that's what started happening. Like, I guess he realized that we were onto him, and then he started DDoSing my system, which put it pretty much out of commission.
His CPU was like basically so dead, it was slow after that. I mean, it wasn't dead, it could still be used, but it was just really slow, if I'm correct.
It was like on its last breath, I guess you could say.
I can make it! No, you cannot. Be gone. Be gone, CPU peasant.
So yeah, that happened. But yeah, it just beat up my system, and in the process of doing that, my system crashed a bunch of times, which means that was a lot of time that I wasn't there trying to fix this problem. You guys did a good job of making sure you kept downloading stuff, which was good.
Yeah, because it was funny. He just cut out randomly sometimes, like, there he goes again. That was bad.
Yeah. Fortunately, I had my phone, so I could still get back in the call with them, but
That's true.
my computer was not working like it should have. So yeah, that happened. We weren't able to get around him, so we ended up actually contacting Google, who took care of it in a matter of about a minute.
We're just like, why didn't we do this in the first place?
So yeah, word to the wise, contact help first.
Yeah. Those warranty stickers are actually sometimes useful. Does YouTube have a void if removed sticker on it? You know?
I doubt it.
I doubt it. Yeah.
But
So there's
yeah,
that.
that's pretty much the story, I think. Minus,
Yeah, they kicked him out quick, and
then we had to go about putting videos back up, which completely killed all of our views and such, which is
our
sad.
ordering of the videos.
Yeah, that too. Although I did notice
That didn't help our self-esteem.
I did notice that one of our videos now is over 1,000 views.
Oh, really? Which one?
Ironically, it's an organ video, but
Of course, it's the organ video. Like, that was Davey, the organ player, and starring Tom, Jacob, and Max. Like, we had no reason to be there. So, like, everyone's like, why are you guys even here?
that was not my intention when I made that video.
I don't even understand why it's so popular, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know either. It was actually a very bad video. It was a very bad performance too, and somehow it got really popular. But yeah.
So what's that?
You know what follows right behind that, though?
Oh boy, that's a fun story.
What?
Do you want to do it? Oh, you're gonna make me do it. Was
No,
this the
no.
story?
Whoa, I was talking about the next video.
Oh, what's the next video?
Crazy Rebel 2.
Heck no. Nope. Moving on. We're going back to what I was talking about. All right, moving on.
You can start this
Fun
story
story.
if you want.
Okay. It was you got an email. We have a have a website for a Random Things show, and you got an email through that website from somebody who was posing as the hacker but ended up not being the hacker.
It's a little
Certain
more than
point.
that, but okay. Basically, yeah, we had received some emails. I'm not gonna pull them up for like privacy reasons. But we had received an email saying something along the lines of, I'm a creepy hacker and I'm going to continue to hack you. Nice try the first time. And I was in the habit of forwarding all my stuff to the other guys, and I think the forward had been gone for like 2 minutes, and then all of a sudden you guys were calling me.
Yeah, that's us.
Which is good. Reaction times are fast around here.
Sorry.
And yeah, so this person posing as the hacker kept sending emails and such. And from her email address, it actually ended up turning out to be her. I tried this. It didn't work on the original hacker, and then all of a sudden I started getting DDoSed, so I did try this at the beginning. But basically, I was able to use her email address to identify her IP address, and then use that to get to her computer. Most computers, like most smart people and most antivirus softwares, will stop that. It'll stop right there. And like, I would get in serious trouble if I had something that got around antivirus. So I don't do that. But her computer apparently had no antivirus. I was in, which set me off right away that this probably wasn't a hacker, because most hackers are a little better than that.
You think?
Yeah. So basically, I left her a note in Notepad, because I had control of her computer, basically telling her to stop it and go away. And then I shut down her computer for her. And that was the end of that.
And she kind of ended up contacting us later, apologizing, saying, she just wanted to talk to us guys because she thought our channel was really cool. So that was a fun kind of happy ending. But yeah, should point out the fact that the only reason Davey was going into anyone else's computer was because he thought that they were gonna try and hack us again. So just saying,
Yeah.
don't do that in real life, kids.
I don't randomly go around just hacking people. That's not my thing.
That's like completely wrong.
It's like, look at it in this way, I guess you said. You wouldn't go around and just punch random people. But if that person punched you, you would hopefully punch back or something in self-defense. Or block it or something, and that's basically what I was doing.
He was. So, you got to point that out.
Yes.
Before we have people at us. Okay. So, that was that story, right? Anything else you want to add?
I think that's the whole hacking thing. Oh, she's still around, I've noticed. She comments on our videos occasionally.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
Although, I think we did make known in the next email to her that she could have just contacted us and said, hey, I like your channel, and we would have responded.
Totally. We think I'm the kind of person, I'm sure everyone else is in the group, like we all just kind of respond to like any comments or emails we get based around this. Which reminds me, I ought to put up a business email for my channel. Haven't done that yet. It's gonna be useful.
It could be, yes.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, so another life tip, when you want to talk to someone, you don't have to pose as a hacker to do it.
What? I do that all the time. I just walk up to people and pretend I'm a hacker. They just think I'm weird.
Because some people that were a little less tech savvy probably would have been calling 911 if they saw an email like that.
Yeah, they would have dialed 911. Then they would have not known what to do in case if they're getting hacked. Let's be honest. If you're getting hacked, what are the police gonna do about it? I'm just saying.
Probably not much.
That's where you contact Google, like we did. We saved it.
We didn't contact Google the second time. I realized though now.
That's true. But they hadn't started hacking yet, so couldn't do anything anyway.
Anyway.
Moving on to the next topic.
Yes, we are, and our next topic should be an interesting one, and we are going to start with Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Ooh, this is interesting.
Which had a big release recently.
And I hear it's really buggy.
I'm trying to pull up like some reviews / like the whole release thing, like what happened during the release, and I found some things here.
Oh, okay.
So just some basic specs on it. It released on October 12th, which was a Friday. If you play it on PlayStation, then you're going to be needing to command about 51 gigabytes. If you play it on Xbox, you can expect it to be about the same. However, for some reason, PC is rocking Black Ops 4 at a lovely 106 gigabytes.
Ouch! Wow, okay. Clearly not designed to run on that system.
Which,
no offense to PC users.
Which people are commenting on here that adds up to about the size of all the of all the Call of Duty games ever installed at once.
Wow. Something tells me that has something to do with the Battle Royale big map thing, but that's just a guess.
Nope. According to here, Blackout only condones about 18 gigabytes.
Then what is the what takes up the largest percentage there?
It makes it very vague. It just says multiplayer.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not good. I did hear it was very buggy, though. Lots of people complaining about bugs in that game, which isn't really good. I also...
Yeah, there have been a lot of bugs. There's actually been about... well, there's been about 4 or 5 patches already, according to this. One that released 22 hours ago.
Wow. Okay.
So
Something tells me that that size for the PC, I wonder if that has something to do with bugs. I mean, the game seems like it's buggy anyway, but the PC may have been hugely worse, or whatever the word would be right there. So
according
that wouldn't
to
surprise me if that was just a patch.
I don't know. According to what I've heard, PC version was actually less buggy, which
Oh,
might have something to do with the size because it's probably less
maybe.
compressed than the console versions.
Yeah, that would explain some things, but I don't know. I'm not a tech savvy. I mean, I'm tech savvy, but I'm not tech savvy. I'm not like, a developer or anything, so I can't say. But that would make sense. So there's that. I
Yeah.
did hear though, they launched microtransactions for it as well after the release. So after all the reviews came out, they did throw in some microtransactions here and there. Just saying.
I haven't seen anything on that yet, but
Maybe I'm wrong. So keep in mind, neither of us two have played it. For all Davey subscribers, we're just going off what we heard.
yeah.
Probably not the best be giving a review on this, but this is just what I've heard, our thoughts, his
Yep.
heard thoughts.
It says that Black Ops 4 has been the largest launch of a Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare 2.
Really? Huh.
Yes.
I didn't. Okay, that kind of surprises me. But I suppose
There
people are
was
kind of excited because it dropped the whole movement thing. Then again, that was World War II as well.
yeah.
The only Call of Duty games I've ever played are Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3, and then I did play Black Ops 2, but I don't own it. So, just saying, guys.
Didn't you get one of them for Xbox One?
Oh, that's right. I got Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I actually have that, but I've never really played it. I messed around with the multiplayer for like 5 seconds. Then it just,
All
moved
right.
on.
Well, time to move on to the more recent big release. And that would be Red Dead Redemption 2.
Another franchise that we have not played. Just saying.
I have not played.
I have not played.
Okay.
I just heard it was a really big release.
It is by the infamous company Rockstar Games, also the creators of the Grand Theft Auto series.
Meh.
Um,
I'm calling meh.
But-
Back, baby, lucky.
yeah, it has been a very big release. It is a 90% like ratio, 10 out of 10 reviews,
Nice.
and there are a lot of people mad at it because it made the mistake of not becoming a PC game at launch.
That does seem like a bit of a flaw on their part. I mean, people don't realize that PC is a really big market. I mean, I'm a personal console user. I mean, I have a PC, and I do play on PC decently often. I mean, that's where my Terraria game is, and Minecraft and stuff. See my channel, Kolbe Gaming. Anyway, shameless plug. But it does seem like a lot of companies miss PC, and PC is, I think, really, if you're a hardcore gamer, that's where you're going. Some people like myself are hardcore gamers, and we prefer console, but there's a good percentage of hardcore gamers who play on PC. So if you skip out on that, you're missing a big market right off the bat. I'm surprised that game did as well as it did for that reason right there.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of people that are also really mad at it because of that, because they don't want to be spoiled. There's a lot of spoilers for this kind of stuff, especially a game like this.
Yeah,
and
it's true.
Now they have to wait for it, or they have to go out and buy a console, which may or may not be some of the reason they released it on console.
True.
But yeah.
Well, does it have like a console thing where it's like plays better on PlayStation or something?
No.
Because if that is, then that might be why. But okay, no, all right.
Red Dead Redemption is currently commanding you about $95 if you want to buy it.
Why so much? I mean, $60 to me is way too much for a game anyway. But why 95?
Because it is a AAA game, according to Rockstar. That's their reasoning.
That's stupid, especially if, no offense, it's a single player, one-time play game. It may be long, but let's be honest. If you compare that to something even like maybe a Halo game, or maybe even a Call of Duty game or something like that, you're getting a lot of time out of that. I personally don't think they should be selling these games for even $60, in my opinion. I feel like that's a bit much. I mean, I understand they're expensive to make, but $60 is a bit much in comparison to even movies. So,
Yeah, definitely.
I don't feel like I should be evaluating the market like that, but I never buy a game at $60. I just don't. The only one I may consider doing that for would be Halo Infinite if it looks really good and I want to get it like, as soon as it comes out for my own channel. But $95, I'm just saying right here, I would never even think about touching a game for $95. That's literally $5 away from being $100. Ouch.
Yeah.
That's 1/5 of the console price.
Black
of the
Ops,
Xbox One
Black Ops' Deluxe Edition, if you wanted all the DLC, it will command you $100.
That one I understand a little bit more, but not by much. Just saying.
So just to throw out a couple other games just recently released that we're not actually going to be talking about, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and FIFA 19 were released all within about the same time.
I don't know any of those franchises, to be honest. Just Assassin's Creed I know a little bit about, but I've never played any of them.
Yeah.
So.
And FIFA.
And I don't play FIFA.
Not my thing. I mean, there are plenty of people that like it. Plenty of people like it, and that's good for you, but it's not for me.
You have to be a very particular group. You have to be a sports person and a gamer at the same time. So, just saying.
And then we move on to another game that I would like to play a lot, but it is very controversial and only available on one system. Any idea what I'm talking about, Jacob?
Halo 5. That one's controversial, all right. And it's only available on one system. No, I'm kidding.
Spider-Man.
I don't know why it's controversial, but I would really like to play it. It looks really fun. I played through some of the Batman Arkham games, and I had fun, but I'm not really the biggest Batman person. The Spider-Man one looks great. It actually is, I don't remember exactly what, but I remember thinking it fixed a few issues I had with the Batman ones, and I just love Spider-Man. He's just cool. He's probably one of my favorite superheroes, so.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you want to play Spider-Man, the new Marvel Spider-Man that was released in September, you will need a PS4.
And I don't have one, and I don't even like Sony, so meh.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything about it coming to any other places any other time. I'm actually going to look that up right now.
I doubt Xbox One. The biggest chance we have would be PC. And I say no Xbox One because Sony, for those people who don't know, but you probably do, Sony owns the movie rights to Spider-Man, and I don't know, they may own the game rights to Spider-Man. So if they do, they're not going to give one of those franchises that are just really important to them over to their competitor as well. It just doesn't make any sense. PC maybe, but Sony never really was into the PC market.
Spider-Man's rights is all held by Disney now. Disney was the ones that held the game rights when the game was created. So Disney is to blame for the reasons not out on other consoles.
Davey. I'm blaming you. No, Disney. Sorry. Disney. Okay. I know who to blame now. Sadly, because I really wanted to try that game. Why is it controversial, though?
Well, I mean, not in like a political way. It's just controversial because people say it takes away or falls away from the storyline too much. And other people say it just copies some of the original Xbox versions of Spider-Man, and there's a lot of mixed reviews on the game, that's all.
Okay. That's intriguing. Huh. None of those problems sound too glaring for me, but I feel like the falling away from the story thing, that seems to be an issue with a lot of those games. I had that issue with Batman Arkham City. It felt like the story was kind of meh. It was really going for the open world thing. It felt like the story took a really bad backseat, but we'll see.
Yeah. A couple other games to mention that will be releasing soon. November 20th, 2018 will be the first release of Battlefield 5. Fallout 76 will have its release on November 14th.
Another franchise I don't play.
And for all of you nerds out there, because I know this will end up in my comments if I don't say it, Farming Simulator 2019 will be coming on November 20th. There, got that off my breath.
That's one game I have never played. Maybe someday when I'm feeling one franchise I've never played. Maybe one day when I'm feeling crazy, I'll do it. But I don't care for those games too much. Although I did get recommended to it by a subscriber, so I might have to do it at some point.
So yeah. However, of all those games, only one of them is going to be on all 3 systems from launch. Can you guess which one?
What were they again?
Farming Simulator, Battlefield, and Fallout.
Battlefield.
Yeah, Farming Simulator.
Really? Battlefield? Is it not coming to PC or something?
Let me see here. Battlefield releases on PS4 and Xbox One on November 15th and releases on Windows on November 20th. So they will be on all 3, but not on the first day.
That is horrible. These companies need to stop doing that. I don't even want to play it on PC. I'd rather play it on console, but I'm just saying, that's pretty bad.
You don't do that. You release it all at once.
That's like saying we're going to launch our movie in the entirety of the United States, except in New York City, or I should say New York State area, because, like, reasons. It's like you're literally removing one of the biggest markets you have.
We will release our movie on VHS tape, and then in a couple days, then we'll put it on Blu-ray.
Exactly! That is a good example. It's like, what? Okay, actually not a good example. If anything, it'd be more like, release it on DVD, then, no. Plenty of people have DVD. I don't know. Okay. It's not the best example. But imagine more people had VHS players. Let's just go with that. Half the people in the United States had VHS players. Let's go with that. In the world, I should say, not the United States. Sorry. Sorry, people in Britain. You're not getting it ever. Or Australia. Or China. China. Yeah, China.
So,
and everywhere else. Sorry. It's a rambling tangent.
We should go a little bit farther away, and let's talk about something that you can talk about for hours, but I'm not going to let you.
Oh my gosh. I know where this is going.
Halo Infinite.
Yes! I'm a big Halo fan, in case y'all didn't know. Check out my channel. I like Halo stuff. I'm concerned with that one, but I think it's because Halo 5 was a very controversial game itself. Mostly, I think the gameplay, which did return it to a more competitive area that the franchise did well with, but it actually had the issue many people don't like the new movement style. So it added a new movement mechanic in, which is a lot faster and a lot more buttons to hit with boosting, and they continued to keep sprinting and stuff. It was more competitive because they removed like the loadouts and stuff and everything, but I think I just lost my train of thought. Dang it! Just the wrong moment. But it's very controversial in that sense. People are okay with the new stuff. Some people, don't like it. But that's what I was gonna say. However, they did not really help the casual community. They completely ignored the casual community with this game. The only casual thing I could really find, at the very least at launch, later on was a little bit better, but would be Warzone. But that one's kind of a cash grab, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah. What is his name? Where did it go? I just saw his name. Dang it.
Also, the art, but we know the art style is changing, which is really, because I definitely prefer the classic art style. I've actually been playing through Halo 1, 2, and 3 on the MCC with the anniversary editions and stuff, and they look awesome. I'm just saying, Halo 2 Anniversary is exactly what I want. So, just give me that. Halo 2.
Anyway, one of the staff members wrote an article saying, where did it just go? I know waiting can be hard for folks who are excited for more info on the game. We are taking the time we need to make the right game and are making changes to how we approach things this time around.
That's good.
You should be seeing trailers in the summer of 2019. I'm just skimming through here at this point.
Yeah.
It looks like winter of 2019 they will be giving a insider flighting program, which is basically a beta, much like the one they did before the launch of the Master Chief Collection, which will basically let you play the multiplayer with the staff and be able to comment on things you see that are wrong and stuff like that, and they'll take that into account.
So basically, it's a very, very, very closed beta that you actually have to. It's not available to the public, really.
No, not really. But I mean,
I'm.
that's a
Sorry,
cool
go ahead.
idea because especially if players that did not care for Halo 5 get in that beta and can have some words with the staff, it might be good.
Yeah, I really am excited about Infinite simply because it looks like they're really listening this time. They're taking their time. They made a lot of mistakes with 4. I find it funny because Halo 5 looks like they took some things into account from 4, such as the art style didn't change, but they made it look a little bit more cartoony, which was not really what the community said, but kind of said. They were trying to fix Halo, take Halo 4 and basically make it a little bit more towards what the community wanted. Wasn't really close enough, but I think it looks really good because they're taking a lot of the community feedback into account here, and they're taking their time with it, which I think is good. I think we'll get something good. We'll just have to see.
I know. I think 343 is really trying to redeem themselves because 3 strikes and they're out, and that's, I mean, people.
They're kind of already
People will not like them if they screw it up again.
Oh, people are already kind of upset at them. I don't think they're bad people, admittedly. I want to see them succeed very much so.
No, they just have a lot.
We'll have to see.
They just have a lot to live up to with the old games.
Yeah, I think. Oh man, I just lost my train of thought again. I had something I wanted to point out though about that. Okay, sorry. It's just I'm glad they're taking their time with it. I'm really upset, but I'm glad they're taking their time with it. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. They have 2.5 strikes out because they made Halo 4 meh and Halo 5 meh. I actually prefer Halo 4 to 5. I'm just saying, actually, contrary to what everyone else says. That's my opinion. But they had the MCC in there, which flopped, which wasn't a release in the sense of part of the franchise. It was kind of a re-release of a bunch of older games, but still a lot of people were let down. So they have 2.5 strikes. They're like these close. I'm making a small little sign thing, like my fingers. Okay. We probably should move on before I continue talking.
All right. Moving on. Everybody likes Bethesda, right? They do a bunch of great games. Fallout 76 is on its way. Well, they announced 2 more at E3 as well. One of them being The Elder Scrolls 6. And what is playing in my headphones? Stop it.
Nichts ist erfrischender als die Wahrheit.
Now you're all hearing an ad that I'll probably cut out. That was weird. Okay. There was an ad playing in my video.
Okay.
The Elder Scrolls 6 has been announced, or was announced at E3, and according to articles, Todd Howard, the main game designer, would like it if you would all stop at saying there's some sort of clue every time his eyebrow twitches. So
Okay.
stop it.
I will stop doing that. I don't even really know the franchise, but you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of secrecy behind it. But what we know for sure is that it will be released probably after Starfield, as the directors are saying. Starfield is a game we spent years thinking about and working on, something we feel uniquely positioned to pull off and we're incredibly excited about. Blah, blah.
I don't know what Starfield is.
We'll get into that in a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, so people are saying that Starfield will probably happen first. So all y'all calm yourself. It'll come.
Sounds like Halo Infinite. It's like, why is it like 2 to 3 years away? Okay, Halo Infinite's more like 2, but I don't know. But not Skyrim. I'm sorry, Elder Scrolls 6. I just called the whole franchise Skyrim. You can tell I'm a noob, obviously, because I just did that.
So moving on, let's talk about Starfield a little bit.
Okay, what is Starfield?
Starfield is Bethesda's first space RPG.
Oh, that sounds intriguing. Because I'm a space guy.
It's Bethesda's first new RPG franchise in 25 years, and yeah, it's not a lot known. It's a mysterious project. Its release date is said about 2 or 3 years because Bethesda hinted that it will not be shipping until the next generation of consoles is out.
Which this is kind of going backwards a little bit. I do wonder with Halo Infinite if they're putting it off till the next console launch as well as a launch title for the next Xbox. Just a thought.
Probably. That's my guess.
Because they're putting it off really far, like a year or two. So around the same time as the console.
Before they announced it in E3 this year, Starfield had been in development since 2014.
Wow.
So, yeah. Hopefully that means it's good, because I can think of a couple other games that were in production for a long time and then were total garbage when they came out.
Yeah. Something tells me that has something to do with the fact that they kind of just figured that someone else is working on it, and then it comes up on them really fast, and they just rush it, and then it's like, eh.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Destiny.
Remember the last time that this happened, or they took a very long time. Well, it wasn't Bethesda. That someone took a very long time to do it. It was also a space RPG that everybody hyped up.
No Man's Sky. Oh, okay. I thought you were telling me to guess it, and then I ruined your moment. No Man's Sky. There was a few other ones, I think, but I can't think of them at the top of my head right now. Which is sad, because that game looked really cool.
It's a lot better now. They've finally done what they said they were going to do from the beginning and make it a big multiplayer universe that you might run into players, but probably not because it's really big. But there's actually players in it. It's been confirmed. People will find each other in it all the time. So yeah. And it's not nearly as buggy as it was when it came out.
Admittedly, I hope the biggest issue I saw with the game was simply the fact that it had a lack of content. It just looked kind of boring. Like, why are you doing this again?
Yeah, there's a lot of games like that. I mean, I've always kind of found that series, or the area of space RPGs, I guess all the others have really been space survival games, because RPGs usually have a little more story behind them.
True.
So maybe Starfield will be better, but yeah, I've played No Man's Sky. I've played Elite Dangerous. Both are very similar in the fact that it's a space exploration / survival game. You're a space pirate and you collect stuff, and it's very difficult because space is huge.
True.
Which is literally huge for No Man's Sky because it doesn't stop.
Which is pretty cool, but it comes with the issue that, like, at some point you're going to run out of content, even if it's infinitely generating.
Yeah. Which moves us into our next and final topic, which is the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080.
That does something.
That
I just know it's a graphics card.
The newest graphics card from NVIDIA. And yeah, I'm gonna let you guys see this. So let's just do that. Haha. There's RTX NVIDIA on your screen.
It looks really good, Davey. I totally, think it looks awesome, I guess.
Sorry, Jacob. Yeah, Jacob can't see this right now, but it's okay.
It's fine.
He can watch the video later.
I'll watch the video later. They don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, I was just kind of making things up as I went along. Yeah, the RTX thing, it has a really good pencil and a cowboy hat. I'm just glaring around my room looking for things to describe it with.
Okay.
Xbox's newest console, the RTX. Okay.
Basically, you know about NVIDIA cards. The NVIDIA GTX 1080 that everybody's like, that's the best graphics card around. Well,
yep.
Now it became everybody's garbage. Well, at least everybody that has a big wallet. It'd be nice for me, but...
So how much better is it?
Well, at the moment, not a whole lot. Basically, the reason they changed it from GTX to RTX was that RTX would support ray tracing. Basically, what ray tracing means is that... there was a thing here. It gives, like, hyper-realistic graphics, which means, like, when there's a fire burning or, like, puddles laying on the floor, you can see it. Like, it's a big thing. Like, It looks super realistic. Um, unfortunately, up until well, actually no, it has now. I think up until recently, um, you could not actually use the RTX mode. They had not released the drivers for it yet, even though they had released the card, which is kind of weird.
It is a little weird. Yeah.
But I do want to comment on the fact that the RTX 2080 is now has 8 gigabytes of GDDR6 video memory.
Oh wow.
Which means our regular memory is now 2 generations behind. So, come on, people, get with the program here. Usually, when GDDR5 is done, that means that we should be getting DDR5 regular RAM, right?
Apparently not.
Yeah, not yet, anyway. So
I guess it's not entirely worth it for most companies and stuff. They just figured DDR3 works fine. We don't need to pay extra money. But I agree.
Yeah.
It would be nice to move forward.
Another big thing that the RTX cards are going for is their new NVLink, which is like SLI, but not. Well, I mean, it is SLI. It's the same thing as using 2 graphics cards in one's computer, but it's supposed to be a lot better, a lot stabler, and supported in almost every game, which SLI was not, and could be a real pain in the butt to try to use.
So what does all that mean?
Basically, instead of... hang on. That's getting edited out. Basically... oh, dang it. Alright, here we go. Basically, the RTX 2080, you can have 2 of them in your computer now, which makes you go from 8 gigs of video memory to 16 gigs of video memory.
Because I totally need that.
Which makes things run a lot smoother and that kind of stuff. Although, for games, it's kind of pointless. However, if you were a content creator or like a 3D designer, it could be very useful. So yeah. But the problem with it before is like people would take old graphics card like GTX 980s, or like you had a 560 Ti for a while.
Yep.
People would take like 2 of those, put them in SLI, and make them a good bit better, especially when they're older. But a lot of a lot of games didn't support it, so you'd get stuck running these big games that you were planning to play on 2 cards off of 1 card, and it would get all buggy because you have SLI on, and it's just a mess.
Ew, that doesn't sound so good.
No longer is that a mess because like all the major game companies have gone on with the line of like use it. It's gonna be in all of our major game releases. So yeah,
That's good, and it makes sense. These companies need to make sure these game companies always need to make sure they're future-proofing their own content.
yeah. The only problem was that the SLI was just so hard to program for. It was badly designed and difficult to program a game to work with that. Whereas NVLink is a lot simpler to program.
Well, that's nice. Basically, that's actually kind of part of the problem with a lot of modern games. We always talk about, I guess how expensive they are, or how buggy they get when they release, and it's like there's just a lot of things to account for now. Before it was like a lot of things, you're designing it for like a Mac. It's like you had a few options, that's it, but as PC goes on, it just gets getting more complex. Just saying.
One last point that I wanted to talk about, because I just realized or remembered this, and then this will be it. The Xbox One S is officially pulled from store shelves. Done. Over. So if you're going to buy a brand new Xbox One, then you're going to buy a One X, because that's the only option.
Really?
Really.
How much do they go for? Let me see. One X. I'm looking this up. I'm typing.
At least here they go for 500.
500? Why would you pull the S off the shelves? It's like $100 more for the X. That's a bit much. I mean,
don't know.
Microsoft, you realize that the problem you had before was the fact that you were trying to get people to buy a $500 console and nobody bought it and they went for the PlayStation. Please don't make that mistake again. Although this is kind of on topic, off topic. There is a rumor around that they're going to have a streaming console, which would stream most things from the internet to the console. It's as part of the next gen. So they'll have that console, the streaming console, and a standard console, both launching at the same time. However, the standard console, since it has more powerful parts in it, would be more expensive. That might be what they're doing here. They're thinking, well, in the future we'll launch the next console at $500 or something, and then we'll have the cheaper one for like $200 and get people that way. So
yeah,
might be what they're planning.
So I don't know. Good things could be coming. And sorry for all of you, but yes, the Atari box has been delayed again. Boo-hoo.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I think that'll wrap up our podcast for today. Hopefully we'll be
Except the Atari box thing. That's never over. That is. I'm sorry. I don't see the market for that thing. Just saying.
It was funded amazingly well. Like, there was a lot of money that was raised for that console.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. There's a big market for it, guys. Come
on. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this podcast.
Oh, yeah, too.
Hopefully we'll be doing more soon at some point because, yeah, that happened.
And I can ruin more of Davey's podcast, like, talk, and, I accidentally cut him off.
Oh, well.
Delayed
He's
reaction.
good at this. I mean, like, you need no practice to put Jacob in a podcast. He just comes naturally to this.
It's fun. It's awesome. I'm good at it, right?
All he's got to do is talk. He does that anyway.
I do that anyway. Everyone in the comments is like, actually, I thought he was really bad at this. And I'm like,
Jacob, the news anchor.
I hold the news down. It's like, move on, Jacob. No, I can't move on. Sorry. Okay.
All right. Well, yeah. Like, subscribe, his channel and my channel. There's our shameless plug for the day.
Kolbe Gaming.
Yeah, and we will see you in the next one.
Totally. See you guys.